I'm back with another video. I would say like, subscribe, share. Don't be greedy. Pass the message on. Never know who this message may affect, who it may help. If you have any earbuds, earpods, anything of that nature, um, you might want to turn it down. If you're on a PC, you might want to turn it down. Sorry, I'm not feeling much of being on here because being detoured from watchers and ratings and things of that nature. YouTube's kind of wearing me out because of the right algorithms and stuff like that, and being messed with, and I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. I just know that my channel's being screwed with. But anyway, I have a singing bowl here. I'm going to ring this singing bowl and we'll get started. Alright, this video is about what is life? What do we consider life? I'm not going to downplay myself, and I'm not going to degrade or belittle myself, because we're all in this to learn, because that's why we're here. We're here to learn. We're in school. We're here to learn what needs to be learned. Now, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. My education is very minimal, because you can tell because of my grammar from my videos that my education is not very, very high. But the one thing I do know that my education is very high in, and that is what the Almighty has shown me. I may not have all the book smart, and I don't want it. I don't want to be book smart. I don't want to know the Bible. I don't want to claim to know the Bible. And it's not, and I'm going to say this because I know a lot of people, I know it's written, because when you lead people astray, you are held accountable for that. You are definitely held accountable for that when you lead people astray. And for me, like I said, my education is not very high. I didn't even graduate high school. can say is I'm very, very knowledgeable in the Almighty. The Almighty doesn't just use people in the church. The Almighty doesn't use the smartest, the brightest people. If you can imagine how many illiterate people were back hundreds of years ago, there were millions of illiterate people. And these are people that didn't know better, that didn't know. And I'm one of those that don't know better. But what I do know is the Almighty. You know, I'm not going to get on and try to preach a sermon. I'm not going to sit up here and hold a Bible. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and just hold the Bible because I do got one. It's a old King James Version. You know, I'm not going to sit here and just flip this Bible and just try to tell you some stuff that I really don't know about. But I have it. I do have it. But I'm not real versed in the Bible, you know, because I was only told to study certain chapters. But I have dabbled here and there, you know, in Genesis and Isaiah and all these other chapters, Mark, Luke, and John. And I have dabbled in those little areas and looked around because this is what the Spirit was leading me to. It was because of my lucid dreaming. Things that were being taught to me, things that were being told to me in the Spirit. So, I don't claim to know everything, and I don't claim to know the Bible. But what I am saying is that I know the Almighty. I know what's being told to me, and I know what's being told to me spiritually. Everything else, I don't really care because I know what's being told to me spiritually. I know what's being shown to me. And that's what I go by. This is solely what I go by. Solely is what the Almighty has shown me. And solely what's happened to me in the years that's passed. For the last 7 years that's passed. And what has been shown to me in the very beginning of my awakening. And differentiating between the two of what Spirit has shown and what's been shown, and if it is literally tied to the Bible. And a lot of things have been tied to the Bible, and a lot of things have been tied to the incoming, the end of days. Like I said, I'm no Bible scholar, and I'm not going to claim to be a Bible scholar because I don't want that. But what I do claim is what Spirit has shown me and what Spirit has told me. This is what I do claim. What I do claim is being the Lion of Judah. This is what I do claim. This is what I know. This is what has been shown to me. I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm not just blowing up your pipe. I'm sincerely, humbly coming to the internet world and saying who I am. Because when I was in jail, I was told that, yeah, you're going to have to tell people. You're going to have to tell people that time is coming. You're going to have to tell people that who you are. You're going to have to. If I don't tell that the end time is coming, if I didn't tell what has been done and what has been shown, I'm I mean, I can't tell everything because a lot of it is in my book, but I'm allowed to give something and some stuff. Like I've already said, all the seals have been broken, every one of them. Like I needed to say is that the 12 tribes have been sealed. This is what I can give. 12 tribes have been sealed. And all of the seals have been broken. And my dream of seeing the 4 horsemen let loose just before I got out from that place, from Satan's kingdom. So, I don't claim to know everything because I'm still learning. But I come to you as an open book. I come to you and say that I've made mistakes and that I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Like I said, I know who I am. And I know why I've been sent here. I know exactly why I've been sent here. And I know a lot of people is going to come forth and say, oh, they're this person, they're that person. They're going to claim that they're this and they're that. I'm not claiming. It's just been shown. It's been shown to me of who I am. And there's no mistakes. Everyone that's been put in my path has been for a purpose. And it was to show me who I am. So I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I don't claim to have book smarts. And I don't claim to read every book known to man. Because what's all that reading? What's all the reading? Just because you read doesn't make you the Messiah. Just because you extremely knowledgeable doesn't make you smart. Because if you're not smart in the spirit, you're not smart in the Almighty and knowing the Almighty. Guess what? You're not smart. You just have a lot of jargon up in your head. That's just in your head. That's not in your spirit. That's not in your Christ. So I don't claim to know it all. I just know spirit. And I know what's been shown to me. And I know there's a lot of people probably laugh and ignore my videos, but one day you won't laugh. One day you won't find it funny. One day you'll find out everything I've been saying is the truth. And that one day is going to be shortly. It's going to come up on you like a bolt of lightning. And by then it's too late. Like I said, the Almighty doesn't use people. There's always book smart or knowledgeable about the Bible. The Almighty uses, and I hate to say this, misfits. The Almighty uses the meek. The Almighty uses the innocent. The Almighty uses those that just don't know better. Or not I mean just know better, but I mean it's just not knowledgeable about what has been written, but knowledgeable in what has been shown to them. The Almighty touches people in a different way, everyone in a different way. It's not necessarily you get touched, just like anyone else. The Almighty has His ways. It has His ways of touching people and showing people. Now, for me, I don't live my life by Moses. I don't live my life by Noah. I don't live my life by Jesus. I don't live my life by that. I live my life by my own beat of the drum, but I live my life by what the Almighty has shown me personally, what the Almighty has put before me, what being that Almighty has sent to me to give me messages, synchronicities. This is how I live my life. If it happens to me spiritually, I take it down and I write about it. If I'm contacted by my lucid dreaming, if I'm contacted by a vision, if I'm contacted by someone has been put right in front of me that's meant to be there for me, I've been shown many ways about who I am, but I didn't take it into account because I didn't know that that's what I was being shown. But this is until I was sat down, because obviously I was probably moving way too fast in the spiritual community, but not in the way the Almighty wanted me to. The Almighty was working with me before all of this negative stuff happened to me, but it happened to me for a perfect reason. And it was to sit me down to really show me who I am and why I'm here. It's been told to me before I went into Satan's kingdom. It had been told to me before I went in. sat down. And I know a lot of people like, oh, that can't be. It can't be this person. And I know my family like, oh, I can't be. No, no. They always knew. I know they knew something was special about me, but they just didn't know what it was, and I was never told about it. I was just never told about it because my family hides things from me. Right now, everyone has been cut out of my life except for my daughters, and my oldest one just came back to me. Of course, we had a falling out because it was something she wanted me to do and I wasn't comfortable with it. But I'm glad she came back to me. Both of my kids have special abilities, and they're not the sharpest knife in the drawer either. But they have what my grandma has left for me. Because my grandma's always around me. But the one thing I can say is my children did finish high school, and I'm proud of them for that. Very proud of my children for finishing high school. They did what I didn't do. And not by no fault of my own. It's just the way I was raised, the way I was brought up was not the best. Growing up in a broken home with three women. Growing up in a home and knowing that you're not related. You know that there's something wrong, you just feel it. Being an oddball out of the two siblings. Not really fitting in. I'll tell you something, when I was younger, when I was growing up, when I did start going to churches and did understand what was going on and what I was doing, I always wondered what was the truth. And when I say that, I mean, the existence of life on this planet. Why were we sent here? What was our purpose? I often asked myself that when I was younger. Is this person that they call God was real? But I later learned that this being does not like being called God. It is the All. It is the Almighty. It is it. It is IT. It is I am. But I didn't learn that until I was in my late 40s. thing is what's your reason? What's your purpose? Life is a gamble. I watch a lot of people on YouTube, and I just wonder if some of them know why they're here. And I wonder if people really know if what I speak is the truth. The reason why I say it is because nobody ever questions, nobody ever answers. They watch, but they don't say anything. And there's so much I can say and so much I can't say. Or shall I say, I'm only allowed to say. And the only reason why I say I'm only allowed to say is because a lot of the things that I need to speak about and say about, it's all in my book. And I just can't seem to come to the conclusion of speaking about it because it's not out yet. And as I was saying earlier, I don't go by what other people has been and what other people has done. I don't go by Noah. I don't go by all these other people. Job. All these other people. Mark, Luke, and John. I don't go by all that stuff. Moses. I tell the stories, but I don't go by Cain and Abel, Samson. I don't go by these people because to me they're just stories. And I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I mean it as it was their time. Same thing with Jesus. It was his time. Or the person that they call Jesus. Because I don't know what is truth. Only about what someone read or what somebody has written. The one thing I keep reverting back to, let's give man an image. If you think about it, Jesus is an image. The cross is an image. says, let's give man an image, as it is written in Revelations. And anything that is made of wax, wood, is an image. It is what has been shown to us. It's an image. So anytime someone looks at a cross, the first thing they think about is Jesus. Or those that died on the cross. Some thieves and Jesus. And I believe a follower of Jesus. Whether I believe that story or not, I'm just going to say it wasn't my time. Because I can't really go by what other people are saying. I have to go by what the Almighty is showing me. And I'm not disputing, and I'm not saying that these stories are not true. Not by a long shot. So people do not get it twisted. I'm not saying that by any means. I'm saying when I was a child, I always wondered what the truth was and what had been shown to me. Well, what has been told to me, what has been read to me. I wanted the truth since I was a child. And I always searched for the truth. I was still searching until 2 years ago. No, 3 years now. My search was over when I was in Satan's kingdom. My search was over when I was being shown all of these different things since my 7 years of my awakening. My search was over. Now I know the truth. And it's knowing who you are. Because I know who I am. And I know what I've been told, what I've been shown. It's not just told by me. It's not just told by the Almighty. It's told by those that have been sent to me. It's told to me in my dreams. It's told to me in my visions. It's told to me by people that don't even know what they're doing or saying. It's told to me by my drawings and what's happening in the background. It's told to me by a man swinging his arms real crazy all around. Saying that there's some cat attacking him. A 2-foot cat. Because this 2-foot cat showed up in my drawings before the man even walked inside of the dorm where I was at. I'm going to tell you, a lot of the stuff that has been shown to me a week to 2 weeks before, a lot of stuff that has been shown to me that I have drawn, not drawn myself, but I have made drawings. And in the shadows, in the darkness, you will see imagery. In 2 weeks, and sometimes even a vision will come to me. I wouldn't know why I would draw that vision, but I not stuff has to be written all the time. Imageries, drawings, pictures that come into your head. You don't always have to, write your visions. You can also draw. I'll show you one right now that kept coming to me over and over again. This kept coming to me. This vision came to me 3 times until I drew it down. So you don't always have to write things. The Almighty doesn't just talk to you by dreams and visions. Dreams and clear audio. It's also visions as well. But you don't necessarily have to write about the vision. If you're an artist, if you can draw, this is why I say the Almighty used people that are special, so to speak. I don't mean as in special as in just unique. Maybe not have all the book smarts, but a creative person. A person that shows things in a way that others will not comprehend. You ever look at an abstract artist's work? I want to use people in different ways. For me, it's through my drawings, my visions, my dreams, and actually people that come to me. The Almighty puts people in your way that's meant to be there. The Almighty puts people in your path that is meant to be there. I don't believe anyone that you pass in life is for no reason. Everyone is there for a purpose. There's always a purpose for someone showing up in your life. No matter how small, how significant it may mean to you, there's always a purpose. Always. That's how I see it. And I'm going to leave it here. Lion of Judah, ancestor of the Lyrans.